Human Genome Project. So when we start talking about a Human Genome Project, it is basically a project which is dealing with the human sequence or the sequence of the all those human beings which are present in the world. So it is a project which is analyzing the DNA sequence of the human beings. So what are the different subtopics that we are going to see now? What is Human Genome Project? What is the methodology? What are the different techniques which are used in the Human Genome Project? And what is the day-to-day life application of a Human Genome Project? Actually, Human Genome Project is a mega project. It is not a single micro project, whereas it is a mega project. So the total cost for a single Human Genome Project is about $9 billion. So what is the software? So why they have to store the data which are used in the Human Genome Project? Where they have to store? They are storing it in a software called bioinformatics. So actually when you see in the olden days, it is more convenient to store either in a file or a notebook. But in the present days it is not possible. When you start analyzing with larger and larger data, you need to take up a software. The software which is used in a Human Genome Project is bioinformatics. So the estimated base pairs that would be able to be countable in a Human Genome Project is about 3 into 10 power 9. Actually it is huge. So when you start thinking about your DNA, this is a single base pairs. So how much amount of DNA base pairs that can be able to estimated to be calculated in a Human Genome Project? It is 3 into 10 power 9. So what is the cost for a single base pair? When you start thinking about a cost of a single base pair, it is $3. So when was this Human Genome Project was started? It has been actually started in the year of 1990 by whom? US Department of Energy and National Institute of Health. So the minimum estimation to complete a Human Genome Project is actually 13 years, but it has been started by 1990. 1990 plus 13 is 2003, but it is not estimated. It is not estimated to be in as the estimated cost. It was going for a 3 more years. It is actually completed in 2006. So it is taking 3 more years. So what are the different problems which are dealt in the Human Genome Project? So basically a social or legal or ethical issue. What is the social, legal or ethical issue? For example, if two parents are fighting for a single individual, so the individual is belonging to which parental can be determined by Human Genome Project. How they can be determined? Because if the DNA sequence of the two individuals or the single individual is related with the one of the parent, they would be giving the suggestion it is a result, perfect accurate result from a Human Genome Project. They can be, this individual is belonging to that particular parent. So what are the different methodologies which are used in the Human Genome Project? There are like basically 2 approaches or 2 methods. One is express sequencing, another one is sequence annotation. When you are going for a sequence annotation, you will start analyze the basic DNA of a human. So suppose sequence annotation is you are taking up a DNA of a human being wholly. You are not specifically taking single points. Whereas the express sequencing method is you are taking only the coding section, which is able to which is capable of being transcription or going for a translation process. That coding point alone you are taking in order to express them. So what are the 2 methods which are used in a Human Genome Project? So express sequencing is only you are taking up the coding point of a human beings. Whereas sequence annotation is you are taking up a entire DNA in order to go for a method for Human Genome Project. So what is about the I'll give you a review on the 2 topic. What are the different characteristics of a Human Genome Project and methodology? So Human Genome Project is a mega project. The basic app which is used in a Human Genome Project is bioinformatics. It is taking $9 billion total cost for a Human Genome Project. Per base pair it is about like $3. So basically why do we go for a Human Genome Project? To deal either with the social, legal and ethical issues. ethical related to the rules and regulation of a government. By whom it has been started? US Department of Energy and National Institute of Health in the year 1990. What are the two methods? Express sequencing and sequence annotation. What is the difference between the two methods? Sequence annotation is taking up the DNA of an entire human beings, whereas express sequencing only the coding point alone is taken for transcription or translation. Next we are going to see what are the different techniques and applications which are basically used in the Human Genome Project. So we have seen in the last class what is the different methodology which is used basically for Human Genome Project. So now we are going for a different techniques. So what is the different techniques? Once the DNA, we have to start, the first step used in the technique process of a Human Genome Project is basically we have to extract the DNA, then we have to cut into small fragments, that is breaking up into small pieces. When we started breaking up into small pieces, then we started producing a clone of the fragment. What is the clone of a fragment? Actually, clone of a fragment is producing a multiple number of a single fragment. For example, you can see a blue and yellow color over here. This blue color is a fragment used. So this blue color would be able to attach with a host or vector. So when a host or vector is able to attach with a fragment, from a single host and a fragment would be able to combine, and they can be able to produce two. From two more copies you can even get 4 more copies. After producing what is producing a clone of fragments? You are producing a multiple number of fragments. So the fragments are repeated. So what is a clone of a human being? If the exact copy of a human being is produced one more time, that is called cloning of fragments. So when we what are the different hosts which is used here? Bacteria and yeast. What is the vector which is used here? Bacterial artificial chromosome and yeast artificial chromosome. So the fourth type of method which is used after, so the first we have to take down the DNA, we have to extract the DNA, then we have to cut into fragments, third we have to clone the fragments, fourth we have to sequence, that is we have to separate using the Sanchez method of sequencing. So when we go for Sanchez method of sequencing, the basic principle used is, so we have to check either the adenine is paired with the thymine or the guanine is paired with the cytosine. So when adenine is pairing with the thymine, it should be double hydrogen bond. When guanine is pairing with cytosine, it should be triple hydrogen bond. So what I'll give you an overall review on the techniques used in the Human Genome Project. So the basic technique is, first we have to extract the DNA, then we have to clone for cutting into fragments, then we have to clone, and fourth one is we have to separate using the Sanchez method of sequencing, which is based on a specific principle. So now we are going for a different applications which are basically used in the Human Genome Project. So to treat a disease, we shall go for the Human Genome Project. So specifically, if you want to treat a particular disease, you can go for a rDNA technology. What is rDNA technology? We are taking a single fragment, we are joining with a host. So it is treating up a disease with a rDNA technology. Other than the human beings, what are the organisms which starts using the Human Genome Project? Bacteria, yeast, Drosophila and rice. So what are the different day-to-day applications where we start using this application Human Genome Project? In the field of agriculture, in the microbes in the human welfare. That is when we are able to cause some of the disease like coronavirus using a virus or a bacterial virus, how to treat them, that is called microbes in human welfare. And the third one is energy production. So what are the different application of a Human Genome Project? To treat a disease with a particular Human Genome Project, or to go with the RNA technology, or what are the different non-human, other than the human beings, what are the organism which is using this project? Bacteria, yeast, Drosophila and rice. Where these things are being used in the field of agriculture, human welfare and energy production. So the last topic that we are going to see in the Human Genome Project is what are the different salient features of a Human Genome Project. So what is salient features? The important features of a Human Genome Project. Suppose if you start thinking in a Human Genome Project, so the number of nucleotide bases that is actually known or calculated is 3164.7 million nucleotide base pairs. So that can be rewritten as 3.16 million base pairs. So average, if you take an average gene, how much number of bases that is contained? 3000 base pairs. So the largest human gene that is known till now is dystrophin. It is a need-based question which is having a 2.1 million base pairs. So the total number of genes which are present in a Human Genome Project is 30,000. Till now, 30,000 of genes has been found out within the human beings. More than 50% of genes function is unknown, and 1.5 million nucleotide base pairs have single nucleotide polymorphism. What is single nucleotide polymorphism? You can take this as an example. These two are nucleotide bases AG, GCA and GC, GCA. In this T sequence, you can see the center point GCA has been repeated. If you take the third sequence, in which also the third GCA has been repeated, this is called single nucleotide polymorphism. That is, in the three sequence, the same sequence G, guanine, cytosine and adenine at the same position is getting repeated. So that is called single nucleotide polymorphism. So 1.4 million location have single nucleotide polymorphism. With this help of this single nucleotide polymorphism only, they are able to deal with the ethical issues. So repeated sequence of a Human Genome Project can be able to combine to form proteins. So less than 2% of the genes code for proteins. So the maximum number of genes is contained in a chromosome number 1. So you can see there are like 46 number of chromosomes. In the chromosome 1, you can see the maximum number of genes, that is 2968 base pairs, whereas minimum number of genes in the male Y chromosome, which is having the 231 genes. So this is about the salient features of Human Genome Project, which is completed in the year of 2006. I'll give you overall review on the salient features. How many number of base pairs are contained actually known till now? 3164.7 million base pairs. So average a gene contains 3000 base pairs. So largest human gene is dystrophin, whereas the minimum number of genes is contained in a human chromosome Y, maximum number of chromosome in the chromosome number 1, which is having the base pair 2968. So you can be able to see many of the Human Genome Projects which are having the nucleotide bases have single nucleotide polymorphism. What is single nucleotide polymorphism? The center point of a center point is getting repeated. That is, the center nucleotide base is getting repeated. So the total number of genes which are present in the Human Genome Project is known till is 30,000. So known number of genes is 30,000, whereas 50% of the functions of the human genome is not found out. Other than the repeated sequence of nucleotide bases which are found in the Human Genome Project can be combined to form proteins. So this is the thing. I have dealt with the Human Genome Project. What is Human Genome Project? What is the different methodology used? What are the different techniques and applications used? And the last topic is salient features. So with this, I'll wind up the section. Thank you for viewing, and we'll have a better section.